What is Save 90s Nick? Save 90s Nick is a social media campaign launched by fans of classic Nickelodeon shows, who are advocating for the preservation and revival of older beloved programs. The campaign was born out of concern that many of these shows were being phased out and replaced by newer content, much to the disappointment of fans who grew up with these iconic shows. From Kendall Davis's perspective, in 2011, he saw the promos for the 90s Are All That Now Nick Rewind. The need and want for a complete nostalgic Nickelodeon channel network had already been around for a while. It was then he decided to start a Change.org petition under the alias, Cartoon Boy. In 2013, Wayne saw the link to the petition on Google+, now defunct, and later started the Save 90s Nick website and campaign. Kendall Davis's online Change.org petition was credited as the first step taken towards bringing awareness of and gaining support for an all-90s Nick channel by the Save 90s Nick website. The goal of Save 90s Nick is to encourage Nickelodeon to continue airing classic shows and to create new content that captures the nostalgic spirit of the 90s. Fans use various social media platforms, such as Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, to share their memories of these shows and to show support for the campaign. Save 90s Nick is not affiliated with, nor endorsed by Nickelodeon or its parent company Viacom. It is a non-profit, 90s Nickelodeon fan-based organization. Their mission and goal is to get an official Nickelodeon cable and/or satellite channel showing 80s, 90s and early 2000s era Nickelodeon cartoons, live-action shows and game shows. But particularly the 90s. The desire is for it to be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, replicating as close as possible how the Nickelodeon cable channel was in the 1990s. 90s era Nickelodeon shows has a huge fan base. It is believed that such a channel would be very popular and profitable to Nickelodeon and Viacom. Save 90s Nick aims to show the demand for such a channel through such means as online and paper petitions, emails, postal mail and phone calls. They also have monthly Contact Nick events to help organize and unify the huge 90s Nickelodeon fan base for this cause. In 2022, Nick Rewind died after a strong 10-year run airing as a late-night programming block on Teen Nick since 2011. That's a long time in today's digital and streaming era. The block showed reruns of mid-late 1980s, 1990s, and early mid-2000s children's programming, mostly shows that aired on Nickelodeon during their original runs. Despite having a strong and serious fan backing from 90s kids and younger generations, entertainment insiders, media and fan-based organizations like Save 90s Nick since 2013, Nick Rewind had a quiet fade out on January 31, 2022. Streaming has taken over the majority of consumer viewership for big names like Disney Channel, whose parent company created the streaming service Disney+. People don't watch cable television like they used to. Instead they watch whatever might have aired on television via streaming services. The Nick Rewind block was the only time these old favorites had a chance to shine on television again as they once did, and it was a nice way to relive some nostalgic memories. The Nick Rewind official YouTube channel tells fans of the block all they need to know without any initial announcement of the block ending. iCarly and Victorious has become the main focus of content uploaded to the channel. No Nicktoons. All fingers point to the streaming service, Paramount+. Nickelodeon doesn't need to waste their time airing shows like Rugrats and Hey Arnold. When those shows are available on the Paramount+ streaming service, no one is surprised, maybe just a little disappointed. With the end of Nick Rewind, we draw another step closer to the end of the cable era. Any programming block that isn't doing well will likely get the boot, as well as countless other shows and networks. Like Fox Kids and Kids WB before them, Nick Rewind will continue to exist despite not airing on television. The branding will still be active online. Nick Rewind's 12th anniversary is on July 25, 2023. Save 90s Nick celebrates its 10th anniversary on December 30, 2023. Is Nickelodeon dead? Well, yes and no. With the outburst of competition from online streaming platforms, Nickelodeon is in an unsafe position for sure, but only time will tell if its strategies keep it alive. In the meantime, we will have to support organizations like Save 90s Nick. The campaign has been relatively successful, with Nickelodeon occasionally revisiting their classic shows and even creating spin-off series like the recent revival of Rugrats and Hey Arnold! The Jungle Movie, although they did not directly have any involvement with any of these projects. Please visit their website at www.save90snick.org or visit one of their many social media pages for more information. Thank you for listening.